Welcome to rSlash Am I the Butthole, where OP accidentally reveals that he is a horribly abusive parent. Am I the butthole for canceling my daughter's birthday celebration? It was my daughter Rachel's 11th birthday yesterday. I have another child, Ethan, who's adopted. Rachel insists that Ethan isn't a proper member of the family because he's not related to us. My wife Emily and I have attempted to convince her, but it hasn't worked, so we gave it up. We had planned to have lunch at a restaurant and we took the car. Ethan wanted to sit in the front, but Rachel told him, "Sorry, but only proper members of the family get to sit in the front, and you're not really their child." He was shocked, and I asked her to take back what she said, but my wife asked me not to start an argument because it was her birthday. Ethan did sit with Emily in the back, so I didn't argue. We went to the restaurant, and Rachel wanted an expensive dish. I ordered it, and Ethan said that he wanted the same thing, but Rachel didn't like that and said, "You want an expensive gift when he's not even your real dad? I'd have thought you'd be more grateful because your parents are dead and you're adopted now." I asked her to apologize immediately because I could see that it had really hurt him, but she just shrugged and said, "Well, if you want to have it, go ahead. I don't care anyways." But I told her, "You're going to care because your birthday's canceled. We're headed back." I told everyone to go back to the car, and my daughter yelled at me and said that she was just joking, that I can't do that. We had a really huge argument, but in the end, I got everyone back to the car. My wife says that although what my daughter did was distasteful, canceling her birthday was extremely uncalled for, and now my daughter is mad at me for ruining the day completely. Am I the butthole? OP, yeah, you are the butthole, but not for the reasons that you think. Why on earth are you and your wife allowing your daughter to just bully your son like that? Is she even capable of saying a sentence to her brother without it being like, "Oh, you're not my real brother"? This whole thing is just like, blah blah, you're not my real brother. Daughter, I'm very disappointed. I want you to apologize immediately. No, I don't want to. Okay, well then, anyways, let's just move on with our day. Is that your whole parenting strategy? Asking her nicely to not bully, and then when she does bully anyways, you're like, okay, well, I don't want to cause a scene. What you did here, even though technically it is discipline, it doesn't go nearly far enough. This girl needs therapy, she needs punishment, she needs strict discipline. You're raising your daughter to be a disgusting human being, and all of these problems that your daughter is exhibiting are your fault. God, OP, I'm giving you, your wife, and your daughter 4.5 out of 5 buttholes. This is disgusting behavior. The only person here who isn't a butthole is Ethan. Man, I feel sorry for the kid. Honestly, I don't think a Reddit post and a YouTube video about the Reddit post is going to be nearly enough to fix this problem. I think Ethan is probably destined for a lifetime of misery, and I think OP's daughter is destined to be a disgusting human being. I'd like to think that OP will turn around after the feedback he got from this thread, but I'd be surprised, especially since his wife clearly isn't on board. It's so weird to me that two people could be so benevolent, so selfless to adopt another child and then turn around and abuse the child. What? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like donating your money to charity, but also being really greedy at the same time. Huh? What? Am I the butthole for refusing to make vegan mashed potatoes? So I normally host Thanksgiving, but we do it potluck style. I do the turkey and homemade mashed potatoes for about 40 people. It's a lot. I normally don't mind, but my brother, ever since moving out, has shown up empty-handed to every damn holiday. He doesn't even buy gifts for Christmas or anything because he's broke. That's fine, but it seems rude to me when everyone brings something, even if it's a bottle of soda or wine. He invited his girlfriend and basically demanded that I make part of the mashed potatoes vegan. Normally I wouldn't care, but my brother doesn't do anything. So I told him that if he wants a special dish for his girlfriend, he can make it. My other brother, who's single, makes an amazing ham and Brussels sprouts dish, so it's not like my younger brother wasn't taught that men can't cook. So I think he can manage vegan mashed potatoes for one. My brother called me a B-word and is now threatening to not come to Thanksgiving over this. And my mom feels like I should compromise. I said, okay then, my brother can host Thanksgiving at his apartment with his 4 roommates because he wants to act entitled over mashed potatoes. My mom backtracked when she realized that I will not be disrespected. Oh man. These stories, you guys. What is wrong with people? OP's mom says, maybe we should compromise? Okay, well then why don't you do it? Why doesn't the brother do it? Why doesn't the brother's girlfriend do it? Why does this have to fall on OP's shoulders? Not only is it not her responsibility, not only does OP go above and beyond by making the turkey and the mashed potatoes, but on top of that, mashed potatoes is quite possibly the easiest dish to make on planet Earth. You just boil potatoes, mash them up, and add salt and pepper. Normally you could add some milk or some butter, but she's vegan, so you don't even have to do that much. It's like 2 steps. OP, you get 0 out of 5 buttholes. I'm giving your brother and your mom 1 out of 5 buttholes. Am I the butthole for refusing to go into another room so that my fiancé and the baby could sleep alone? My fiancé Jen, who's 29, just gave birth to our daughter 2 months ago. She strictly breastfeeds, so as you can imagine, she gets far less sleep than I do. During the day, I help with changing or holding her, but all the feedings are up to Jen. Anyways, I'm kind of an independent startup video game developer. I did make one video game 2 years ago, but it honestly wasn't that great. So while I do get revenue from it, it's definitely not much or even a livable wage. This time around, however, I'm working with 4 other people and the game is turning out great. I also work a 9-to-5 job. But after getting home, having dinner with my fiancé, and looking after the baby for a while, I jump on and work on the game. For the past 2 to 3 nights, I've been up until 1 to 2 a.m. working on the game, and I've been ultra tired. I snore like a maniac when I'm tired. It's super embarrassing because I truly sound like a Mack truck. But yesterday, the baby had her 2-month shots, and so she was fussy. She cried way more than normal. It was super hard for my fiancé to get her to sleep. I finally went to bed around 2 a.m. and my fiancé immediately asked me to sleep on the couch so that I wouldn't wake the baby with my snoring. I said no. I was so tired and the couch wasn't comfortable at all. I had to work early and I wanted to sleep. My wife didn't fight it, but she called me an effing prick and walked out of the room with the baby. I woke up this morning to the baby in the crib in the nursery and my fiancé is asleep on the floor with no pillows or blankets. She still won't talk to me. Yeah, OP, you are an effing prick. Dude, what's wrong with you? What even went through your head that thinks, I'm going to post a story on Reddit and everyone's going to agree with me and say that I'm not the butthole? Like, I can't even comprehend how you don't understand that you're a massive butthole here. Yo, your baby just got 2-month shots. That means, holy shit, that means your wife hasn't had a full night's sleep for 2 straight months. For 60 days, she's gotten woken up in the middle of the night multiple times to breastfeed. Then you stay up too late, which causes you to snore. This is self-imposed, by the way. You're not doing this because you have to. You're doing this because you choose to do it. You choose to stay up super late on a day when the baby is fussy and when your wife is exhausted, and then just selfishly keep them awake with your snoring. You are an effing prick, dude. Like, you know what's less comfortable than sleeping on a couch? Not getting a full night's sleep for 60 days straight, and then sleeping on the floor with no blankets or a pillow. You absolute douchebag. My God. OP, I'm giving you 2.5 out of 5 buttholes. I'm giving your wife 0 out of 5 buttholes. Am I the butthole for showing up at my sister's party after her miscarriage, despite knowing that I couldn't drink and people would suspect that I was pregnant? My name is Kayla and I'm 22. My sister, Leah, who's 25, unexpectedly had a miscarriage a week ago. I felt especially guilty because I'd recently found out that I was pregnant as well, but I'd opted to wait to tell anyone. I felt guilty, so I elected to keep quiet about it for as long as I could because I didn't want to take any attention away from her grief or cause her any pain. This became a problem when my family arranged a little get-together at her place to help her feel better, where alcohol was to be involved. The night was going fine, and my sister really seemed to be smiling and enjoying herself. I was staying away from the beer and vodka, kinda shutting down the strange looks from my family and friends, who know that I almost never turn down the opportunity to drink. Most people were believing my lies, except for my sister's friend, Ash, who came up to me and asked, "Are you pregnant or something? Why aren't you drinking?" I laughed and said that I had to watch out for my health and tried to change the subject. My sister saw us talking together and came up with a shot in her hand. She basically said that she was really glad that I was here and wanted to take a shot with me. I had a feeling that Ash had told her that I wasn't drinking and had come to confirm her suspicions. I turned her down and said that I was just happy to be in the moment with her. Leah got this teary eye on her face and kinda eyed my stomach. She set the drink down and asked me slowly if I was pregnant and trying to hide it. I froze, which must have basically confirmed what she was suspecting. She burst into tears and asked again, much louder this time, which caused most of the people in her apartment to look at us. She told me to either drink the shot or tell her the truth. I wasn't sure what to do, so I opted to just tell her the truth. I tried to tell her that I didn't really want to take any attention away from her pain, but she wasn't listening. She started accusing me of coming to her apartment to boast about my pregnancy and how I always got what I wanted. She also said that I shouldn't have come to the party knowing that I couldn't drink and that I obviously knew that people were going to know that I was pregnant. Basically going on about how I was attention seeking. At this point, our dad stepped in to calm her down because she was belligerent at this point. At that point, me and my boyfriend decided that it was better for us to just leave. I even got a few quiet congratulations, which I felt awful about. She's not really talking to me right now, which I kind of understand, but at the same time, all I really wanted was to be there for her. People are more leaning to her side because she's been going through a hard time right now, but I feel like I'm not being listened to. My mom told me that she understands, but that it was wrong of me to come knowing that I was pregnant. All right, hold on. Is it wrong of you to come when you're pregnant and not showing? No. Is OP supposed to know that the second she enters, it's going to be like a Guantanamo Bay interrogation? Where were you on the night of insemination? And you know what's really screwed up about this is we can remove the miscarriage from the equation. Let's just suppose this is a completely normal party, like a birthday party or something, and OP goes and there's drinking and OP keeps turning down drinks. And then some random woman is like, here, drink the alcohol or admit that you're pregnant. In that case, that person would definitely be the butthole because it's not up to that person to publicly declare that someone's pregnant. That's OP's privilege. Let me think, isn't there a religion that also prohibits you from announcing pregnancy past a certain point, I want to say? Is it the Jewish faith? Yeah, I don't know. This story's really weird. OP, I'm completely on your side. You showed up, you didn't make a big deal about your pregnancy, you were just trying to support your sister. The fact that they turned into Batman, the world's greatest detective, and tried to beat the truth out of you, that's not really your fault. So I'm giving you 0 out of 5 buttholes. I think you did pretty much everything right here. I'm giving the friend 1.5 out of 5 buttholes. I don't understand why she was so confrontational about it. I'm also giving the sister 1 out of 5 buttholes because while I can certainly understand her grief, it's not fair for her to expect everyone to just, never be pregnant again? Was OP supposed to have an abortion right after the miscarriage to make things fair? I don't understand their logic here. Am I the butthole for telling my friend's boyfriend that he shouldn't have been allowed to eat? Some friends and I decided to do this trend where we have a dinner and everybody brings a food that starts with the first letter of their name. There's this one friend of ours who's a bit of a moocher. Whenever we go out, she never pays for stuff. Whether it's the dinner bill, tickets for the movies, etc., we always end up paying for her. But everyone accepted this and doesn't really have an issue with it. However, recently, it's become worse. She's been dating this guy for a couple of months and she brings him everywhere with her, even when he's not invited. So now we have 2 people to pay for. Also, I feel like I have to say that they do have jobs. They're not struggling. It'd be different if they were broke. Then of course I wouldn't mind. But yeah, we had the dinner last night and everyone brought food and put a lot of effort into it. These 2, however, showed up with absolutely nothing. Not even a bottle of soda. We were annoyed, but nobody said anything. It wasn't until the end of the night when they were leaving that I cracked a little. Our friend's boyfriend was taking home all the barbecue ribs that were left. I repeat, all of it, and it was a lot. Damn, be considerate at least. He emptied the entire tray of ribs into a container. That's when I politely asked, can you maybe not take all of it? The others might want some too. He got all defensive and asked, why are you treating me like I'm stealing all the food? I clarified that I never said such a thing, and I only asked that he didn't take all of it. He got angry, plopped the ribs back, and said, "Fine, I don't need your food." To which I replied, "It kinda seems like you do. And to be honest, you shouldn't have eaten it all since you didn't contribute, again, as usual." Then my friend came over, took him, and just left without saying anything. Now, apparently, she's angry at me. Most of my friend group doesn't think that I did anything wrong, but there are a couple of people who are saying that I shouldn't have said anything. The thing is, I didn't even say anything to my friend because I don't mind if she doesn't contribute. Her boyfriend was the one irritating me. He eats the most food but doesn't contribute, drinks the most alcohol, doesn't contribute, orders really expensive meals at restaurants, and doesn't contribute towards the bill. I guess I got kind of annoyed and snapped at him. I tried phoning her to clarify that I don't have any issue with her, but she's ignoring me. I don't know, maybe I should have left well enough alone. Honestly, the most surprising thing about this story, OP, is how have you and your friends tolerated these people for so long? Pay for them for 1 meal, okay, I get it. 2, I'd start to get irritated. 3, it's like, yo, hold on, stop. I just paid for the last 2 meals for you. You want me to pay again? No, pay for your own meal. How long have you guys been supporting this couple? Months? Years? Decades? Why? OP, I'm giving you 0 out of 5 buttholes. If anything, you and your friends are too nice. I'm giving the moochers 1.5 out of 5 buttholes. That was rSlash Am I the Butthole, and if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day.